What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share this dope content if you like it. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, this joint right here is about Tupac and Biggie and all the beef that was surrounding them when they was in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, trying to do their rap thing. You heard? Now, everybody know Tupac and Biggie was cool. You know what I'm saying? Tupac was out before Biggie. He was trying to help Biggie get on with his career. You heard? Reach to the heights that he was trying to reach to. And as we know, niggas in the hood, niggas in the street wasn't going for that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care about Tupac being a revolutionary. They didn't care about Tupac being part of the Black Panther family. They didn't care that Tupac was rhyming and keep trying to keep it real in his raps and rhyming basically about the struggles that we've been going through around facing in this America. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody cared about that with Tupac. You know what I'm saying? All they cared about was his jewelry, because he had a little Rolex chain, he had a Rolex watch, and he had a little Rolex ring. You know what I'm saying? He had a little set. You know what I'm saying? And back in the 90s, you heard, New York City was treacherous. You understand what I'm saying? Any type of gold, any type of anything, niggas was on you. You understand what I'm saying? This is really before the Cubans really came out. Everybody was wearing Figueroas and all kind of other stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think Pac and them dudes, they was the first ones, not the first ones, but they started branding in them Cubans, you know what I'm saying? Like with the death row pieces and all that, they joints was official. You heard? They joints was official. So this is at a time when, you know, if you got any kind of money or you got any type of success, you wearing any type of jewelry, anything that's expensive, believe these stick-up kids was coming out, you heard? And all the people that was connected to the money was connected to the stick-up kids. You understand what I'm saying? So it was easy for dudes to be around the money, around the stars, around the people, and then they could just make a phone call. Next thing you know, they got some dudes pulling up and dudes is trying to rob you. You know what I'm saying? So basically, that's what happened to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? He got into a little beef with niggas, you know what I'm saying, from out of Brooklyn, you heard? And them dudes robbed him. You heard? They did what they do. You know what I'm saying? And they shot him. You heard? They shot him. And not only that, he was scared for his life. So basically, he didn't want to be in a hospital. You know what I'm saying? They did all this on the eve of his case when he was found guilty, when he was going to trial for a sexual assault case that he had with Haitian Jack, that somehow him and Haitian Jack cases got severed. You understand what I'm saying? And Haitian Jack and them dudes ain't even get found guilty. Pac was the only one that get found guilty. So that's why he was screaming, dudes is snitches, dudes working with the feds, dudes set him up. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was up in the hotel with a female that he was dealing with, and then all of a sudden the female claimed that she was raped, sodomized by his friends. You heard? And Pac let him. Pac left the room and went to sleep. Went in the other room and went to sleep. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? But all of these people, they know this girl. They know this girl. They know this girl before Pac. You know what I'm saying? This is the same girl that gave Pac head in the dance floor in a nightclub up in Manhattan, New York. She gave this dude Pac head in front of the whole nightclub in Manhattan, New York. You know what I'm saying? And this is the same girl that tried to say that Pac sodomized her. You understand what I'm saying? He let dudes sodomize her. So I understand why Pac was flipping out. He was flipping out. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I seen Pac 2 weeks before he caught the attempted murder or the shooting with the cops, because it was a show in Madison Square Garden. I think it was 1993 or 1994, whatever year it was. Pac was at a show at the Garden, and he was on his way out. He had a gun in his hand. He had people surrounding him. He was walking out the garden with a gun in his hand. And girls were screaming, going crazy for him. And they was trying to get next to him. And that's the first time I seen girls and people trying to get around a star, to talk to a star. And his bodyguards is pushing him back. And they wasn't letting nobody touch him. They wasn't letting nobody get near him. And as you can see, Pac was in the middle. And he had his hand like this clutched. And he had his shirt over his jacket over his hand, where you could see the snub of the gun. You know what I'm saying? And he was walking out looking at everybody. mainly looking at us because we look like hood niggas. So he was looking at us like, I wish niggas would. You know what I'm saying? And he walked all the way out the garden with his hand like that. And then 2 weeks later, it was all reported on the news that Pac, you know what I'm saying, shot two off-duty cops in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, man, my man Pac gonna be locked up forever with this joint. You know what I'm saying? But he beat it. You know what I'm saying? Because them cops was drunk. Them cops was probably on drugs, and they was doing some foul stuff. You heard? They was beating up a black man. You know what I'm saying? And Pac was riding by, seen cops beating up a black man. He stopped, got out of his car, asked them niggas what they doing. Them niggas tried to front. He popped them niggas, B. You heard? He popped them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Wound up getting caught. Everybody thought he was finished, but he got right out about 2 weeks later. Got right out of jail. You know what I'm saying? Them cops was in the wrong. Them niggas had a gun from out of the locker room. Them niggas was stealing evidence. Them niggas was doing mad shit. And this is back in 1993. You heard? So Pac was always to me, Pac was the truth from there. He was the truth. He shot two cops, got away with it. What? You know what I'm saying? That nigga the truth, man. You ain't doing nothing to no cops out here and getting away with it. So, you know, from there on, I always loved it, Pac. You know what I'm saying? I respected him. You know what I'm saying? So then he got locked up for that case, for the sodomized case, because if they didn't get him one way with the shooting, on the robbery, they're gonna get him the other way. You know what I'm saying? By sending him up north. And when they locked him up, you was hearing mad reports. Yeah, Pac got raped, Pac getting beat up, Pac this, Pac that. But as we found out later on, that Fat Joe, you know what I'm saying, sent the word to his Spanish brothers up there, and he said, yo, hold Pac down, man. Because you got a bunch of Brooklyn cats connected to them dudes, Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack, and all them dudes, right? They locked up. And them dudes ain't keeping it funky, you heard? They still running around, Jimmy, my man, you know what I'm saying, Haitian Jack, my man. But these dudes ain't really doing nothing for dudes in jail, you heard? You know what I'm saying? These dudes ain't doing nothing for nobody in jail, you know what I'm saying? They barely doing something for dudes in the street. So how you think they was doing something for dudes in the jail? But them niggas had dick riders niggas in jail. You got a lot of niggas that know niggas, fuck up niggas, you know what I'm saying? So niggas was willing to try to get at Pac, you heard? But Fat Joe sent the word for some Spanish brothers up there to hold him down, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they did. Suge went up there and got him. But before Suge went up there and got him, it was the 1995 Source Awards in Madison Square Garden. I was there, right? And it was crazy because it was off the wall. Biggie and them niggas was in there. So Def and them niggas was in there. The Wu was in there. You had Mobb Deep and them niggas in there. You had Nas and them niggas in there. It was loaded. You know what I'm saying? The hip-hop community was in the building. It was off the wall. But everybody know it was all about Bad Boy, So Def, and really Death Row. But everybody know Bad Boy was on the come up because Biggie was that nigga. Biggie was spitting. He had the joint One More Chance. He had the Warning joint. He dropped his album. He was hitting, man. He was hitting around America. Niggas was starting to pick up, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was hip to him on the East Coast, but he was starting to pick up all around America. And he was doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? So then the nigga Suge got up there, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, if you tired of dudes dancing in the videos, you know what I'm saying? Doing all this, doing all that, come over here to Death Row. You heard? Come over here to Death Row. You heard? And you had dudes in the crowd that was booing, then you had some dudes that was laughing, then you had dudes like, oh. But one thing that for sure a lot of people wasn't saying, a lot of people was saying, was the Wu. The Wu came over 100 deep, B. The Wu was there over 100 deep. And the Wu jumped up, and the Wu was going, woo, like they was doing some sound. I don't think it was the ooh sound. It was another sound that they was doing, like the Killer Bee sound. They was doing something, and they had the whole shit rocking. They had the whole shit rocking. And you could tell them Wu niggas was about to get busy on them death row niggas, you heard? Niggas was about to get busy on them death row niggas, B. Y'all niggas is in New York talking that other shit, you know what I'm saying? But Puffy didn't want none of that to happen because he knew that niggas was gonna get hurt and killed and all that shit was gonna fall on him. You understand what I'm saying? All that stuff was gonna fall on him. So, you know, that nigga Suge got up there, said what he said, but the Wu started making some sounds throughout the whole Madison Square Garden. And that shit was rocking. That shit was like, woo, woo. Look, I forgot what they were saying, but they were saying some sound. It wasn't ooh, ooh. Because, you know, back in New York, we used to have some shit called ooh, 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 ooh. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Nah, they was saying some Killer B shit. You heard? They was singing some Killer B shit. And Suge Knight and them niggas was shook. Them niggas was shook. They was like, we don't want no problems with nobody. We love the Wu. We love the Wu. You heard? That's why when Pac got in jail, and when he was in jail, he did them interviews, he was like, I rock with the Wu. Because them niggas told him, yeah, man, the only niggas that was official in that Source Award that said anything was the Wu and them niggas. You heard? Yeah, now the Biggie had them Brooklyn niggas in the back and all that. They ready to get busy. But at the end of the day, them Wu niggas stepped up. Them Wu niggas stepped up. When Suge did that shit in the Source Awards, I was right there. The Wu niggas stepped up. You know what I'm saying? 1995 Source Awards. I was right there. You know what I'm saying? When Suge jumped up and said, if you tired of dudes dancing in your videos and all this and all that, boom, boom. Puffy and them niggas was sick. Puffy had Brooklyn niggas that was ready to get busy. They would want to form on Suge and them niggas and get at them niggas. But Puff was like, nah, chill, this and that. But he didn't have nothing to do with the Wu. The Wu was like, woo, woo. They was like 100 deep. And they was moving up front, nigga. They was bugging in there, nigga. You heard? They was doing what they wanted to do in there. They wasn't flipping on niggas and all none of that, but they was ready for the action, B. You know what I'm saying? And Suge knew it. Suge knew it. He wasn't scared of Puffy and them niggas. He was worried about the Wu though. He was worried about the Wu and them niggas. Cause the Wu came 100 deep with them niggas from Staten Island, niggas from Brooklyn, niggas from all over, nigga. Yeah, man. So that's how that joint happened at the 95 Source Awards, you heard? And I was right there. This ain't no shit that niggas could see on the rap channel. I was right there. You understand what I'm saying? I was always around the stars. I was always around Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Biggie used to be in the tunnel every week. I seen Biggie, the first time I seen Biggie was in the tunnel. His Timbs was leaning. He had on that yellow jacket, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And he had Juicy on the radio, he had Warning on the radio, and it was rocking, and he basically was still in the hood. You heard? Puff ain't even set him out yet with nothing, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So, and then every week I was around Biggie. Every week Biggie was in the tunnel. Every week Biggie was in the tunnel like a regular person, because he was a regular person. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was my dude, man. You know what I'm saying? Biggie was official, man. He had us rocking, man. He had us in the tunnel. He had us in the skate key. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, niggas, Biggie was that dude. You know what I'm saying? He had that joint on One More Chance came out before I got locked up. One More Chance came out. He had two versions of it. He had the regular version, then he had the doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. That old beat, that old hip hop beat. And I had One More Chance way before it came out because they was giving out free cassette tapes of One More Chance, just one song on one version, the radio version on one side, and then the remix version on the other side. And they was giving those out at Rucker. They was even giving those at Rucker or the Tunnel, or one of them places, you heard? And I used to play it way before it was starting to get played on the radio. And then when it started to get played on the radio, I was already on it because I had the cassette tape that they gave me at the Rucker. You know what I'm saying? Because they was giving out, Bad Boy was giving out, the free shit, you know what I'm saying? Free tapes and all that, singles and all that, so to get niggas on, you heard? And Biggie was the man. Biggie was the man. You know what I'm saying? Then I got locked up. You know what I'm saying? Then I remember when Tupac died. You heard? Because when Tupac got shot up, I was in a coma too. I went into a coma too that week. So when I woke up out the coma, Tupac was dead. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I woke up out the coma, Tupac was dead. Me and Tupac went into a coma around the same time. Because I remember before I went into a coma, I was in the hospital, and I was watching the news, and they was like, Tupac just got shot up. Then when I woke up, I must have went into a coma a day or two later. Then when I woke up out the coma, I was in a coma for like 10 days. When I woke up, it was all they was talking about was Tupac dying, Tupac dying, Tupac dying. And I was sick because they were saying that he was in the hospital for a certain amount of days alive. You know what I'm saying? And then I thought he was going to get around it, but he was dead. And I just got out my coma, and I'm watching the news, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in jail, I'm in prison, I'm in the hospital ward, you know what I'm saying, in prison, because I wound up getting sick. And I'm watching Tupac on the news. They was like, yeah, Tupac died, murdered, and they, you know how they kept showing that the murder scene, the scene of the BMW shot up. That they kept showing that picture. You heard? That was the main picture when they talked about it. That's what they showed. And I was like, damn, they killed my man Tupac, man. You heard? Killed my man Tupac, man. I was sick, B, for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Then I started getting better. When the population started getting better, I was reading all the Source magazines, all the Vibe magazines. I was reading everything I could read on Tupac, man. I was sad that they killed my man Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really into Tupac, and I respected the fact that he was a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? But he was a hip-hop revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? He give it to you raw. And I was sick, man. I was sick. So I remember just getting better. Then about 6 months later, they killed Biggie. And I remember when I came to the because I was in the hospital ward getting better, you know what I'm saying? And I was in there with a lot of old-timer niggas. I was the youngest dude there, you heard? And was a lot of old-timers in there that had different problems, you know, kidney problems, high blood pressure. Some people had HIV, some people had this, some people had that, you know what I'm saying? But I was the youngest cat there, you know what I'm saying? I was the youngest cat there. And as soon as I walked in the day room where we watched TV and all that, there was an old timer was like, they killed your man. They killed your man. So I was like, who? And then I looked at the TV, and they was like, Notorious B.I.G. has been murdered in California, this and that and this. I was sick. You couldn't tell me nothing, man. I'm looking like, niggas killed Tupac 6 months ago. Now they kill Biggie? Yo, man, niggas just fucked hip-hop up, man. Niggas just fucked hip-hop up. The two greatest MCs out, they killed just now, man. In California. So I'm looking at the news, I'm like, now the newspapers, I'm reading all the newspapers. I'm reading everything that comes out on the shit. You know what I'm saying? So now they're like, yeah, this big East versus West beef and this and that and that and this and that and this. I'm like, damn, man. Two of the greatest MC has just been killed, man. Over what, man? Over what? Now, 20, 30 years later, we're finding out there's a big conspiracy going on. You heard? We don't know who killed Tupac. We don't know if it's Orlando Anderson and his uncle Keefy D. We don't know if it was the police, Reggie Wright and them niggas that was down with Death Row. We don't know if it was Suge and them niggas because nigga Pac was getting off of Death Row, man. They had that nigga in the fuck me contract. They compromised off of his freedom. They knew this nigga needed his freedom, you heard? They ain't give a fuck about Pac, man, like they thought they did. Them niggas was gang. Them niggas was pyro out there, man. Them niggas was fucking all the bitches. They was getting all the money. They was jumping niggas. They was beating niggas up. They driving all the foreign cars. They running in and out of mansions. They fucking all the good bitches from California, Las Vegas, all over. Everywhere they go. Them niggas running around with Mary J. Blige, Faith Evans, Michelle A., Lisa Ray, all these different people, man. Anybody that looked good and was around them, man. You heard? If Pac wasn't knocking them down, Sugar them was knocking them down. You heard? So them niggas was them niggas, B. You know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden, the two greatest MCs in the world, they getting killed. They dead. They gone. All we got is music from them. Pac music was crazy, man. All Eyes on Me. 5 times platinum. You heard? Machiavelli. 4 or 5 times platinum. You heard? Then they dropping albums while he dead. Are You Still Down? This, that, this, and that. I'm like, oh shit, Pac was the truth. Pac was the truth. They killed my man Pac, man. And it wasn't until after they killed him that people was really to understand his message. You understand what I'm saying? Because when he was here, his message was controversial. 1 minute, he kicking that revolutionary. Next minute, he kicking that gangster. Next minute, he kicking that, you know what I'm saying, that law and Biden, you heard? That go against the system shit. You know what I'm saying? So his message was getting wrapped up in confusion. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until he got killed that you was able to see his message clearly. You know what I'm saying? So Pac, that's my guy, nigga. He always been my guy. You know what I'm saying? Biggie, always been my guy. You know what I'm saying? Biggie helped bring put New York City back on the map as far as musically. You heard? Because the Wu, Nas, Mobb Deep, they couldn't do it alone. We needed that guy that could push that could get our music out there. And that's what was going on with Biggie. When Biggie came out, it was all a dream. Used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. What? That nigga Biggie was the truth, nigga. You heard? Why you think Pac messed with him? Why you think Pac was going at him? You know what I'm saying? Because Biggie was the truth, man. Biggie was the truth, man. You heard? And he was on the come up. He only had 2 albums. Ready to Die and that double CD, Life After Death. And both of them was crazy. Crazy. To this day. You heard? And Pac, we all knew what Pac had. Pac was that revolutionary dude. You heard? He could talk about the struggle. He could give a woman their props. You know what I'm saying? And he could make some killer hit 'em up shit if he want to. You heard? So they killed the 2 greatest MCs alive them nights. You heard? And now it's all coming out. We don't know if it's the police that was down with Suge. We don't know if it was Suge. We don't know if it was Orlando in them. But all we know is Keefy D is locked up now. Keefy D is locked up now. And Keefy D is a scapegoat. You heard? He a scapegoat. He done talked himself into that joint. Now he in it. You heard? And everybody out here waiting for the next move. Waiting to see what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And basically, we lost 2 good MCs, 2 of the best MCs over nonsense. You heard? Over nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Tupac should still be here with us, man. Biggie Smalls definitely should still be here with us. You heard? But for some reason, in our community, you know what I'm saying? All we know is kill and destroy. Kill and destroy. You know what I'm saying? Now, back now, since 1996 and 1997, you can't even turn on your TV without seeing a rapper or entertainer getting murdered. Every month or every couple of months, we're losing a rapper over gun violence. Nipsey Hussle, Pop Smoke, Extensions, P&B Rock, yo, the list goes on and on and on. You heard? On and on and on. King Von. It's just like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. The Mo 3 dude. You heard? Rappers in Cali getting smoked. Rappers in Memphis getting smoked. Young Dolph and them. Rappers all over getting smoked, man. Getting smoked. They either getting smoked for a robbery, or they even getting smoked over old beef. You heard? But niggas is getting smoked out here, B. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about, I'm talking literally. Niggas is getting smoked out here. These dudes, these young cats, they're killing rappers, and they smoking on them. You heard? They smoking on them. They calling them a pack. They calling them a pack. Whereas in my era, when Tupac and Biggie died, we mourned them. We was sad. We wanted them back. But this generation here, they smoking on niggas, and they want more niggas dead. I'm staying away from these young demons, you heard? Everybody keep talking about help the young demons. Nah, man. You can't help no demon. You can't help no demon. You got to let a demon be a demon. A demon got to go out on demon time. You heard? So, I'm not getting involved in none of that dumb shit. You heard? They got the drill rap now. I like some of it, but I'm not buying into it. Because all it is self-snitching. You incriminating yourself. You rhyming about shootings and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And people getting shot and all that shit. That's easy to track, you know what I'm saying? All the nigga gotta do is listen to you rap, and then go to the police precinct and match up what you saying to what's in the police precinct already. People gotta wake up, man. That's not entertainment. And if you ask me, that's why they promoting this death rap and all that now, because these young rappers want success and money so bad that they're willing to sell their soul. They're willing to sell their body, meaning they're willing to risk themselves of going to prison just to blow up on raps. And what's going to happen, what's mainly happening is you either blow yourself up with the police or you blow yourself up with the ops. Because the more you promote what you did or what people done to the ops, you rile the ops up, and the ops know that you give the ops a face and a person to go see that did what they did. So you got beef now. And you on law enforcement radar, because at the end of the day, now they know you had something to do with that. And if you didn't have nothing to do with it, you know who did. So you're in it. So it's easy right now. Law enforcement, they love the fact that these young niggas running around with this drill rap, because they could talk that shit, and then a year or two later, they could just go through the hood and snatch up everybody. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Including the rapper. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the rappers that's locked up right now. Casanova, K-Flop, D-Thing, this nigga, that nigga. You heard? Tax Stone. this person. Everybody locked up, B. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug and them niggas. You heard? Everybody locked up, B. Or they got a case. You heard? You know what I'm saying? 42 Doug just got out. You know, Yo Gotti bust his ass, ran around this whole country to find the right people to get Young Thug out. You heard? Paid a lot of money to get him out. You know what I'm saying? They just gave that nigga like 5-6 years with an extra year on top, and he only did less than a year. That nigga out. Money talk, bullshit walk. Yeah, man. So the hip hop world been with drama in it. Been with drama. You know what I'm saying? All that shit been about was drama. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that killed Pac Smoke, them niggas got off. You know what I'm saying? Young niggas getting less than 5 years or some shit. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, B. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke, man. I wish he was still here, man. He would have gave us some dope music. He would have gave us some dope shit, you know what I'm saying, to rock out to. You know what I'm saying? And he was an interesting young cat. You know what I'm saying? He had swag. You know what I'm saying? He had his own movement. He had his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell he wasn't selfish like that. You heard? If he rocked with you or you rocked with him, he rocked with you. You know what I'm saying? He was on his way to becoming the man, you know what I'm saying? And they snuffed him right out, you know what I'm saying? And then they wiping everything under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that girl has some more to do with it than they saying she did. You know what I'm saying? How is that girl? Niggas gonna be jumping through the window because when you actually about to go in the bathroom with, you know what I'm saying, you with a joint. You know what I'm saying? You gotta peep that joint. And that joint is a foul joint, man. A lot of these chicks out here is foul joints, man. Everybody trying to get over. Everybody trying to get over. Nobody want to be fair. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to try to get over. So my man Pop Smoke, God bless the dead, lost his life because some bum-ass motherfuckers scheming on his jury and shit. You heard? Then them niggas ain't even gonna get as much time as they supposed to get because them little niggas is juveniles, you heard? Niggas is adolescent juvenile niggas. So basically them niggas gonna get a little adolescent bid, a little 5-6 years, you heard? In the youth house, you heard? That's how they doing niggas out here. Yeah, man. Streets is whack. The music game is whack. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just gotta watch how this joint play out on the internet, man. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But be careful who you listen to out there, B. You heard?